All right, so what's up? This is Gilbert Chavez with Streetlow Magazine for the Lowrider podcast. And we have some special ladies out here today that we're going to interview. And they go by the name of the Duenas Car Club. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Angel. I'm the president of Duenas Car Club.
I'm Dominique.
And I'm Christina.
And you guys, just regular car members?
Yes.
Just regular members?
Yeah.
Well, technically.
I'm just a regular member.
So, I mean, what kind of cars you guys got?
I'm Christina, and I have a 64 Impala, a red 64 SS Impala.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That's
Okay.
my darling baby.
Okay.
No, I have bags. I have airbags on my car. Yeah.
That's
Those are new about 2 months, I think. So I'm getting used to them, and I love them.
all right. All right. That's what's up.
Mine's a work in progress.
What is
Yeah.
it?
I'm trying to work on getting one right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
I'm in the
what's up.
process of what I need, what I
Okay.
want. My kids are in the bike club, so I got to be able to transport in one unit. So I'm
Right.
like,
You have to
gotta
get
go
a
to
suburban
truck
or a truck.
yeah, it's El Camino or a truck.
There you go. There you go.
She's actually the president of Duenas Bike Club.
Okay. Okay. There you go. That's what's up. Oh yeah. And yourself.
I have a 1965 Chevy Impala called Saturday Love. And actually on Saturday will be 22 years that I've had my car.
22 years.
Yep.
Now, what made you want to start a girls' car club? I know you've probably been asked that plenty of times, but
Well, I've been in other car clubs before. I was the only woman. They were all male dominated. And I mean, it's common sense. Sometimes men and women have different point of views on things. You kind of feel more comfortable talking, with your sisters or your family, your girls. And, sometimes in our culture and our community, it's more male dominated. And so, my mom used to have a lowrider. Back in the day, she had a 77 Monte Carlo, and she wanted to get into a car club. And they were like, oh, men, wouldn't let women get in car clubs. And even when I got my car and I wanted to get in a couple car clubs, people were like, oh, it's, no, we don't let girls in there and stuff. So there was always kind of like a little bit of a division or, this is our space. And so I just feel that, when people called me a pencil pusher or secretary when I was helping an organization get started, it kind of lit something under my ass. And I had always told my sister when I was in the other car clubs, hey, get in the club with me, get in the club. And my sister always used to say, no, one day when you start your own club, I'll get in it,
Right.
So
She did.
yep. After being, called those names and stuff. And I was like, I've been in lowriding a long time, pretty much all my life, so I know this is where I belong. And all my friends are into lowriding, they're our neighbors. I've known
I knew her as a kid,
and,
so
yeah,
Right,
over 30
right,
years, and they had cars, so I told my girls, I said, you know what, like, let's start an all-female car club. And it's something I had thought about before and stuff, but that was even before I had even been in my first club. So I kind of didn't know how things worked. I just wanted to get out and cruise in my car. So then I got my closest friends together, and I said, you know what, like, let's do this, and everybody always used to see us on the streets cruising before anyways.
Right,
My car used to be beige when I first got it. My sister got her first car when she was 15.
Right, right.
She's had several cars since then. And, so people kind of knew who we were anyways. But when we put a title on us, then people really knew who we were.
Right, right.
So-
And you guys been around for a while now.
Yeah, well, since we started in 2019 as an official club. And so far, so good.
Right, right. And I think you guys are the most organized car club out there.
Thank you. Thank
there
you.
is
What
a,
do
there,
you
and I don't want to throw dirt on the guy car clubs, but that's probably why guys didn't want the girls in. I don't know, maybe because you were too organized and they didn't want a woman to take that control over it. But I've seen some of the like car clubs, like guy car clubs, where their wives or they're the ones that control and take care of controlling stuff. Where it's cool that you guys do that, because it's kind of cool that when you guys come to our car show, you guys are always asking, hey, I can help you guys out, because you guys are doing it and you guys know what to do as far as organizing an actual show.
Prepare.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a cool thing. I remember a girls' car club. I'm going to tell you, when I was about 18, 19 years old, it was a car club out of Sacramento. It was all girls. But it was a party crew, man. They had cars, but all they wanted to do is party and chill and kick it. We'd go to their house. It was just because we were all young. It was just a party thing.
Yeah.
So what you guys have done is something totally different. I know there's other car clubs out there, girls' car clubs, that have organized themselves in Los Angeles as well. But being out of San Jose, I think, I'm proud of you girls doing this and being out there supporting us. Not only us, supporting the other like car clubs and other car shows as well. And that's the cool thing about it.
Thank you.
So how many members you guys have now?
So right now we have 8 official members, and we have 2 prospects, and then hopefully a third.
Yes.
But back to what I was saying earlier, we're family. Most of us are all family, good friends, and I think it's all about the quality of the person,
Right.
not quantity.
Correct.
Because anybody can get a car and be like, oh yeah, I want to be about it, but people know when you're in a car club, it's a lot more work.
Right.
You want to support each other, help each other. You have events. We try to support everybody in low
Right.
riding. Different shows, different clubs. And I think that when it's something that you truly love to do and you're passionate about it, you don't care whose show it is. You don't care about what car club it is or,
Right.
Whatever fundraiser that's going on. You want to be about low riding in the community. And I think that's, something that all my members are truly genuine about, because we're not just about low riding. We're
Right.
also about community.
Yeah,
We
you
do
have to
a
be
lot
united within.
a lot of drives and fundraising. And I kind of think that also what makes us unique is we're genuine. And, when we talk about organization and stuff, I mean, women have been in low riding
Many years.
since we started, maybe sometimes in the background, helping organize things, get things together, but we've always been there. Maybe not always as drivers, like you said yourself, that, there was a car club, all women. There's been tons of clubs, and I think now with social media and now where low riding is now, now we see women see, you know what, I can get a car too. This is my lifestyle. This is how I grew up. My dad, my husband, whatever. I love this, and I know a lot of us now too, like work on our cars. Like that's one thing that I try to do too is, work on my car. We came up with the bike club in 2021 because most of us all have daughters, and our daughters would help us clean our cars. Mm-hmm. My niece, she's in a walker kissing my sister's bumper of her 62 when she was washing it one day. And it reminds me of me,
Right.
with my mom going cruising in her money, my brother and my sister, my mom being a young single mother and didn't have a lot of money. And that's what we did for fun. We went cruising. We, messed around with her hydraulics, rolled up my sister's head in the window, like it's my life,
Right,
and I can't see anything other than low riding and being able to share it with my family and friends.
Right. And
To
you're,
me, it's
you're
everything.
inspiring probably a lot of more people and a lot more girls. Because
Yes.
even one year I went out cruising and I said, God damn, I see so many girls driving cars.
Yep.
And they're not in club, they're just driving cars.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like, I started counting, and I was riding with my daughter because my daughter's with me. I gave her my 1940 Suburban. That's hers.
Nice. That's a
Nice.
beautiful ride.
Yeah, that's hers.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to build a 59 right now. And that's probably, I was building it for her and my wife, both of them, so they could go to the shows, because I've never had time to do any of that stuff, but I want them to get into it as well. And I just gave her a truck too, so we're working on a 66 truck for her, like the one I have,
Yeah.
but for her. But no, that's what's cool, man. And my daughter is just tripping. I say, oh my God, look at all these people, all these girls driving cars,
Yeah.
nicer than the guys.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Right,
You
right.
know, but
No, that's what's cool, man. So I know Flavio was talking about your anniversary. You guys had it last year.
yeah.
But
Our
so
5-year
that-
anniversary, our barbecue at Lake Cunningham. Really wanted to do something for our supporters and celebrate, being a car club for 5 years now of all women is something that kind of you don't see too much. So we really wanted to do something. We had been trying to do barbecues before, but the city caught wind and stuff and made big deals about nothing. So we canceled them. But it was nice. It was nice to see so many people come out and support us. We always do something for the kids. We always try to do something to give back. We had Shine together. They're a nonprofit for teen and young mothers. So we gave some of the proceeds from our raffle to them. We had them there. We always invite them, the moms, everybody out to have a good time, because at the end of the day, it's all about
Giving
unity
back.
and community.
Right,
Yep.
and you guys done Toys for Tots too. I've seen all that.
We've
Well,
done a
did-
toy drive, yeah.
Well, the toy drive you guys did it over here at the
San Jose Earthquakes.
Earthquakes.
Yes, they
I went to that
sponsored
one.
us.
I went- I
That
went
was
one, yeah.
actually the first event we ever had.
The one I went to, it was
Yeah.
kind of raining.
November.
But it was kinda,
Yeah,
But
November
it was cool.
2019. It was
Yeah.
raining, and we
Yep.
still had such an amazing turnout.
right,
So
right,
many
right,
You
right.
know, we had just started in August, June as a club, and we wanted to do something to give back. And my mom had just passed away, so my mom was big on giving and donating and stuff. And you know, all of us know each other, and we have the same passion for helping those. You know, we have young single mothers and stuff in the club, and so we kind of all have the same thoughts and passion for our community and giving back. So I think that it was nice to do a toy drive for our first event.
Right on. So Duenas, where's that name come from?
Well, dueñas in Spanish means the female owner.
Right.
So we definitely wanted to make sure that people knew that these were our cars,
Right.
that we own them, they belong to us. So,
Nice.
you know, why not be
Dueñas.
the female owner?
The reason why I asked because I know it's also a last name,
Yes, it is.
right? And I
Yes.
thought, well, is it somebody's last name they called it? But then I was like, no, Duenas means
Yeah, there's dueñas and then
The-
dueñas.
Yeah.
Or Duenas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Duenas. Okay, Duenas. So I mean, how open are you guys to like start another chapter somewhere else? Have they talked to you girls about that or?
Yeah, we actually we were on a show, Kelly Clarkson, a few years ago, and we were just inundated with people wanting to start chapters and members, people wanting to join, and I kind of like that we're small
Right.
and that it's just more unique, because sometimes you know if you have a name, and people are out there who don't see the same way, running things the same way you do,
Right.
or if they have a bad reputation or something, it kind of follows the name.
Right,
So I kind of wanted to keep it a little bit more family oriented, us family that started it, and kind of just keep it small.
Right.
I have thought about it, though. We did put it on pause for a long time until recently. We just opened up a couple months ago, taking prospects before we were turning down people,
Right.
because it's a lot of work, and getting to know one another and really being have the same values, core values.
Right.
I think sometimes you get to know people and maybe things aren't a right fit, and I want to make sure that in the future Dueñas succeeds and that people remember our core values, and I want people who feel the same way and are going to carry that on, that legacy, the next generation, their daughters, and to show not just about lowriding, but strength as women.
Right,
We've had people before, that this place, Dueñas wasn't for them, or, see things differently and stuff.
right.
And, what I always say is, the people who all have the same values and are genuine and are really passionate about it are
They'll
going to
stick
stay.
around.
Right.
And you're going to see that, most of us have been here since the gate, the
Right,
gate,
right.
and then we've been cruising for a very long time.
Right.
So
right.
for now, I think we should just, stick
I-
to being kind of small.
I think it'd be cool. I mean, because just to see an army, because it becomes almost
we
an
got an
army,
army.
an army of women throughout the states, and saying, right,
Yeah.
right. I mean, to me, because
I think it would be cool, but then
the name's unique.
it has to have the same fundamentals. That's
Well,
where,
no. Well,
you
that's
would
that's
just
where
have
you
to-
come
yeah.
in,
Yeah.
and you put bylaws. And because I was in the Duke's Car Club for a long time, we had bylaws. We had,
Yeah.
and some of us would go sideways, and it's not for everybody. Because
Yeah.
a car club, I'm gonna tell you, it's politics. Always politics. You're always gonna have politics, no matter what. It's like family. Same
Yep.
thing with family. You're always gonna argue, but you have to always come back to that conclusion. Okay, we argued. I slapped you, you slapped me. Okay, let's go have a beer.
Yeah, and I think that's where also, being real and about what you really want out of this.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to be out there for the spotlight. Okay, that's one thing. But like I've always said with everybody, they always make me talk. Nobody ever wants to talk. So I'm,
Right.
I don't.
I always volunteer to support.
No, well, it's because you're the core of
There's
it.
no
You're the core.
I and
Yeah.
team.
You're the
you know?
core. No, but the good thing,
She
No,
is-
the good
it
thing
comes
is-
natural. So
right.
that's why I just support.
no, but the good.
She offers in the group chat. She'll go and she's like, "Okay, I'm going to," and then I send a separate one, and I'm like, "If you need me."
Well, no,
if
you're
you
the
need me,
core,
I'll be
and that's
here.
the good. Somebody need you always need a core for something. You always, and the thing is to include somebody. Even when I started the magazine, it was us. I had people say me this, me that. I kicked them all out, a lot of them out,
Yeah.
and they get mad and they start talking mad about us. I don't care. we're gonna keep doing what we doing, like you guys.
Yeah.
You guys gonna continue to do what you're doing. And you know, I've heard on the street like this and that. Did you hear? I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't care. You girls have been number one to me, and that's really what it's about. It's about low riding, like you say, going out there, supporting, doing your thing. If there's something wrong that we do as promoters, you got to talk to me. Not ignore me. If you ignore me, then you're not about it. You're just about yourself.
Like, I like to talk.
No, and that's how it is. It's like you say, some of the girls or some of the guys get in it because the name. You guys built it, so them getting in, they're going to get recognized already.
Yeah.
You know, once they get recognized, they get their I don't know, their man or their fame or something, they go away. You know, and that's not what you want anyways.
No, I want somebody longevity.
But you learn from that. You learn
We
who to
definitely
pick,
learned.
and as you're going, you're going to start. Okay, that girl, you're cool. Oh, but she has a badass car, but she wants to outshine us all, and it's not supposed to be that way.
There's no
we all need to shine, but there's E and me. No, I'm saying.
No, that is true. I know.
Right? No, I got that from Kobe because I saw this Kobe thing, and that's what Shaq said. I told Kobe to pass the ball, and he says, "There's no I in team." He goes, "Yeah, but there's E in me." So he goes, "Yeah, Kobe's not passing the ball no more." But yeah, that's how I got it. But no, that's a good thing that you're the core of it. But I would like to see it grow. I would like to see it in Los Angeles. I would like to see it like in Idaho or even in Chicago.
Well, what's nice is that there's other women car clubs now.
Right.
You know, in Chicago, Idaho, LA. There's so many clubs now, all women that have sprouted everywhere.
Right.
So I think, you know, we could still support each other and unite. We don't have to be from the same, you know, Northern California, Southern California. We don't have to be from the same hoods. We don't have to grow up together to get along and support each other and empower each other. You know what? Like, I see you. I was down in LA, you know, with Lady Lowrider, you know, with one of the girls who was in Lowrider Magazine when we were in Lowrider Magazine last year for the all women's edition, you know, talking with them. We were all on the same level, the same platform, and being supportive of each other. And you know what? It was awesome. It was a great thing. Like I was telling you earlier that Girls in the Hood supported our diaper and wipe drive, you know, and they're from down south, and it's low riding brings us together for a different type of unity. And that's one thing that we have to remember with our gente is that, you know, we're all in this together, especially times right now with everything that's going on. We need to remember that we need to be there for one another no matter what, because there's other people out there that are against us, and we can't forget that.
Right.
You know, so I think, you know, Duenas is small, but we're mighty, and I think that we show support and people support us, and we can still be united without having the same name.
Empower everyone else in that area too.
Right. Did they do a show? I want to say in Merced. Is it Merced?
Yes, there was a show in Merced by another female car club. There's actually a show coming up on September 14th. With a couple of female car clubs and motorcycles and tattoo artists that they're doing. So, you know, women are out there putting it down. You know, man, you got to step up your game.
Yeah, there you go. So what do you see? What are you looking in a member besides that you're recruiting? You know, just so that some girls know what specific, you know, they need to have a car for sure, right?
Yeah, and you know what? It
Or a
doesn't
bike,
even care, like, you know, of course, like an old school, a low rider, but it's not, she needs to have, you know, and especially we all know that low riding the cars are a lot more expensive than they used to be, but it doesn't have to be show ready or anything. A lot of us, you know, I don't have a show car, you know, we don't have all the chrome, all this and that, but you know what matters is that we have a car and we're out there and we have a true love and true passion for it, you know, just, you know, have a car, but your true intentions and where you want to be needs to be about family, number one, because that's most important, you know, being able to unite and share your life, because being in a car club isn't just being in a car club. You don't go home later on and forget about what you did on the weekend. I mean, I know we don't. No. You know, we bring it through our lives. We share our lives with each other. You know, what we're going through, what our family's going through. If there's, you know, somebody passed away, we need to do a fundraiser. We need to help each other. Whatever. We're another family. So it's family, definitely about community, because we do a lot of giving back. Almost pretty much every single year, we've done something for the community. The Diaper and Wipe Drive. Every year we do a breast cancer raffle. To date, we've donated over $14,000 to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. We did a toy drive. We did a back to school drive. We support people. There's now Homegirls del Barrio that are doing a back to school drive for the children and farm workers affected by ICE. We support everyone else in the community, and that needs to be a part of who you are, willing to support, willing to want to help one another and people in need. Right. And I think it starts, within you.
Right.
And then, you know what? Low riding. Because getting up, being at the shows, being at your shows when you've done it a couple years at 4 a.m. and then having to get ready or sleep in our cars because, we don't want to go back and forth. But, and then be about low riding. Make sure that that's your passion because that's what we do. Right, whether it's cruising, I love to cruise. I'll cruise all night long.
Me too.
But, it has to be, we don't always have to do it every show or you don't have to be out there every weekend. But I think
it's a support on one another, too, just to touch on what she's saying, because everything that we do with the purpose, like the diaper drives. We're out there, but we're doing something behind the scenes to support the neighborhood. Another thing is that, what does it take to prep for all that? It takes a lot of prep work. Everyone has to have that same support to be willing to prepare, not only to just show up to the event, show up early, shut down, set up, clean up, all that. It all factors in, we're all tired, not only that, but, like I mentioned, I have 2 girls. So, it's taking them too, and even though I am a mom and I have the kids, it's still making sure that everything still gets done. You still have to be prepared. You still have to prep. You still have to be there, present, on time, because if you aren't on time, we show up 5 o'clock to your event. Hey, we're already late. Our spot's taken. You know what I mean? We're already late, Right. I know.
Well, no, that's a good thing about our show. I like to honor people that support us a lot. If that's your area, that's your area. And the cool thing about car clubs,
we
right?
want our area.
Yeah, it's your area. The car clubs around here, they know too. Everybody has their spot. It's when they start losing it, when they start losing their members and they start shrinking and start moving around and stuff like that. But I see you girls strong all the time, and I hear about you girls every year. So that means something that you guys are out there doing your thing. A lot of car clubs come and go. I hear them. They're like, "Oh, we're coming out to the show." I'm like, "God, you guys still exist? Like, I didn't know you guys were around still." Because there's clubs I've mentioned, and they're broken up. The whole club broken up, and it's because of family or other different things. But to see you girls keep pushing and pushing and pushing it and adding to it. So any car then, right? Any car can add.
Yeah, any lowrider.
Little Honda.
That's not really our forte.
I was gonna throw that at you. Little Honda or a Supra.
Depends on what kind of
on
rims you got it. You got some spokes on it.
No. You gotta be traditional. You gotta be old school.
More traditional.
Right.
I mean, it is low riding.
Right, right.
So I know some of us don't have the traditional hydraulics. He had mentioned that earlier. I have airbags and I get so much shit and I got 14s, but you know what? At the end of the day, this is my car.
Right.
And I barely just got my airbags a couple of years ago, like 3 years ago. I was riding stock for years and to be honest, I'd rather have my car stock still.
Right.
It was such a better ride, and I would take it everywhere. Right. Some people are, because my car went down for a couple years, but they're like, I'm like, did y'all forget about me? This is the second purple paint job. It was originally cameo beige, but but it's back to or her rims because she's different.
Prager's on the 64, so that's old school. A little different than what's the norm.
I love that look.
Well, no, airbags are not bad. People talk shit about airbags. Oh, you gotta have hydraulics and all. But I'll tell you one thing. I guarantee you, if bags were around in the 60s, they'd be banging their cars.
Yeah.
I mean, instead of putting cement in it, because they were putting cement bags in the back just to lower your cars, And, I had talked to Cindy Madrid, the late Cindy Madrid that passed away from Lowrider and Magazine, and we talked about it one time. I go, hey, if bags were around, what would you have, hydraulics or bags? He goes, well, the way I look at it, I'd put bags because hydraulics is they're good, but they're dirty and it's messy. And you're always having problems. If it ain't one thing, it's another.
There are a lot of problems. My boyfriend has a high lockup and 3 wheels, and I didn't know much about hydraulics. And then now, like I'll work on his car with him and stuff, and I learned so much. Oh, the solenoids get burnt out, or the hoses, or I've learned how to 3-wheel, but I'm still don't have the balls yet to drive in 3-wheel. He's like, just don't side swipe any cars. So I'm like, what? So and I'm still working on the hopping, but it is different level, and it is so much more. Right. I've self-taught. I go to YouTube University, done small things on my car.
Mine too, yeah.
And that's kind of why it took so long for me to rebuild my car. Right. My sister's like, your problem is that you don't you think you know what you're doing, but you really don't. And I'm like, well, sometimes I do, but
right. Well, that's what you learn. You learn about your car. You have to, like, if you don't know about your car, you're gonna be afraid to drive it. Because if it breaks down, you're gonna know what it is, and if it breaks down enough times, you're gonna know what it is.
Yeah, you'll know after a while.
Right.
You're like 3 starters in. Did I shim it correctly?
You have a 60. I had a 65. 65s are nice.
Yeah, that was my dream car. It's my baby. 65. And 22 years, it's my longest relationship. I'm all, you were the car. I'm all, go with the car. You don't talk back.
Yeah. Well, if they break up, then you make up, and then you're on it again. Yep. So every weekend, are you cruising that thing every weekend, or just
not really right now? I moved to the valley 2 years ago.
Or you're like Uber that has 10 cars on the.
Yeah, I would. That's my.
I wish. I'm all over my.
I wish I had that problem.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get out here every weekend now. It's a little bit harder than when I lived here in Sunnyvale. So I'm not going to lie. Sometimes, even when my car was down, I'd roll up in my Camry with my dog, or I would borrow my sister's car, but I'd have to wash it, put in gas, all the way to Hollister. I'm like, damn, dude. And get ready. I'm like, these eyebrows don't put themselves on, but I mean, now that my car is, back on the road, there's still a few things here and there. Everything is just a lot more expensive now. Right. When I spent $300 on bolts, I was like, oh, hell no. And it's I didn't have nails either for the longest time. I just got nails because I'm like, have you ever tried to screw something, especially a little bolt or something with nails? Hell no. Even getting my knockoffs, I had to change my tires the other day. And, they on the true spokes, they have the small little bolt, and they have the Allen wrench. Right. Oh, man. And I was trying to do it, set it with the Allen wrench because I couldn't get it, and then I got a mirror later on. I figured it out. But anyways, it was so hard with the nails. I was like, these suckers need to come off soon. So, yeah.
That's what's up, man. So at least you work on your car all the time, on your own.
Yeah, I try for the most part, to work on my car. I can't do everything. I wish I could. Give myself some money, but it's nice.
So all of you live in the valley. You guys live here too.
I live in San Jose.
San Jose.
I'm in Santa Clara.
Santa Clara. Yeah. Okay, so you're the one.
We're all pretty much. Me and her are from Sunnyvale.
Yeah.
Sunnyvale.
Duenas is actually formed in Sunnyvale.
Oh, Sunnyvale.
But we're always in San Jose, always cruising. I mean, I started cruising 12 years old, El Camino in Santa Clara.
I remember that.
And then moved my way over here to Santa Clara Street and taking the 22 sometimes. And back when they had a curfew, stealing my mom's 92 Ford Escort. So I've been doing it for a while, you know.
I don't know.
But, I mean, we're always in San Jose. We have a few more members that are here from San Jose, and I feel like this is where our heart is here in San Jose. Always cruising, doing functions. A lot of our friends and family, too, are here, and the other clubs that we support. Streetlow is actually our annual mandatory show, because for us, it's still our home. Right, so stop changing the dates.
No, it's June. It's going to be in June now.
Okay, because it always used to.
It always used to be in June.
Well, I had a problem with the fairgrounds.
I know. I'm just giving you.
Yeah, it was tough, man. It was a tough thing, but I thank God that we were able to go back into June. And right now, I'm trying to get the new date for June because I'm not trying to land on the one in Sacramento too, because I know people would like to go to that one. So I'm trying to probably do it earlier, and then I hate doing it on Father's Day too.
Yeah, perfect. There's also another Father's Day event. Too,
I don't know, for Father's Day, it's like Mother's Day. I mean, would you rather go to a car show for Mother's Day or just chill?
Be with your family. Right.
My daughter's birthday is the 14th around Father's Day, so I'm always like, man, is it gonna be on her birthday?
no, but this year's on the 20th, 22nd. Okay. Yeah, Father's Day. I'm like, do they keep moving it? Is the Father's Day is going to land on December 23rd, later 24th? I don't understand how it keeps moving. It's insane to me, the dates, But we're going to try to get it earlier. I have a big surprise for that show this year.
Nice.
I'm trying to get everything together. I'm just trying to outdo what we did last year or the year before because it's tough and it's a lot. It takes a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's why when I was in a car club, I couldn't be in a car club and run the magazine. And I could, I give you guys credit because it's a lot of work. I know it's a lot of work, especially you're putting events together. So when's your next?
Well, right now we don't have anything in the
Function.
works. It's more kind of besides, the barbecue, knowing that that's what we want to do. Sometimes somebody will reach out, or think like, hey, let's do something for this event. Or
What about the Valley? Do something in the Valley. Valley's more open.
I'm
to
the only
things.
one in the Valley, and we did a raffle for for Haven, which was a battered women's shelter that was out in the Valley, but we had a raffle. We didn't do an event. Everyone is here, so I think it's a lot easier for me to get in my car and drive down here than everyone to go up there.
Right.
We've given back though to the community out there. We don't just think that San Jose or Sunnyvale is the only places we give back. We give back everywhere. We've donated, far and wide. So, but for the most part, I think here in San Jose is our hub. It's our home.
Right.
But we do support, all the events from even Vallejo down to
We were just in Watsonville the other weekend.
Yeah, Watsonville, yeah.
With the family first.
Yeah.
So they have a
No, we were
Watsonville
actually at
Riders?
Watsonville Riders. Yeah.
Watsonville, right? Oh, the weekend before.
Yeah,
So last
the weekend
weekend.
before,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, and then like I said, our homegirls del barrio that are doing the drive. We just dealt them some money to help them. We couldn't make it all the way out there, So we're always giving back no matter where we're at. But maybe someday we almost actually had an event with Palomino from Modesto. We were gonna do a function for all a women's kind of show, but because of the weather, it ended up getting canceled. And then, of course, it was a beautiful day and it didn't rain.
This year?
Girl. No, it was, I believe, 2 years ago that we were going to do it. And then, so, sometimes it is harder. I just get in my car and go. I keep my car down here for the most part instead of going back and forth. But pretty much whatever we're going to do next will probably be here. And,
We have October, the breast cancer.
yeah, we do our breast cancer
in
raffle every
October.
year. We get so much support for that. We're always getting, people will donate items. You've donated calendars and stuff before. People just donate items, photographers, a lot of stuff that gets donated. And then we do the raffle online. We did it, I think, 1 year in person. It's a bit hectic because sometimes we have like 50 items.
Right.
60 items, and then 100% of the proceeds go to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation.
Nice,
So we do that every year. That's every October. One thing that we had decided that we wanted to do when we first started Duenas also was something for women. So at the time, we thought that only women got breast cancer, but going through my research and finding an organization that I thought really needed assistance and really gave back or did something for cancer, I found out that men get cancer too. And the mortality rate is even higher because men don't go to the doctors. So in some of these things you learn about what it is that you want to help or the organization. A lot of the organizations that we do give back to are the farm workers. Sunnyvale Community Services, when we were young, we used to get assistance from them. My mom always taught us, give back to those who helped you. The shelters here in San Jose. People will reach out to us when we did our back to school drive from Los Baños. It was this grandma who was taking care of 2 kids, her grandchildren, and they didn't really have a lot of money. So I drove out to Los Baños. We stuffed these backpacks full of all this stuff and took them out there. And it was so heartfelt. They had a card for us and flowers and, being able to see these little kids and the excitement on their faces and seeing this grandma taking care of her grandchildren like that. It really was meaningful. And, that's what it's about, is really helping people in need.
Well, that's what's up, man. You guys are definitely doing it for sure, man. I've been wanting to do a toy drive, but the kind of toy drive I want to do is kind of a little crazier. I want to
Adult toy drive.
I want to get all the. No, it's I want to take the toys to Mexico.
Yeah.
To Tijuana.
Yeah.
And they have orphanages over there, a lot of them, and these kids don't get nothing, and even the old people. So when my dad was in the hospital out there, I had to bring my own blanket, my own pillow,
Yeah.
and my own medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And they would tell me, "Oh, you need this, this, this." I'd have to run to the pharmacy to buy the medicine to come back. And the nurses, they're like, "Oh, we're only here to assist you." I go, "Assist me?" I go, "He's in the hospital." But it was really, really bad out there.
Yeah.
So they don't get nothing out there. And my sister-in-law every year goes out to an orphan, and they
Wow.
give their service. They go out there and feed
That's
them.
amazing.
And I was like, man, what would it take to do a toy drive here, pack up a truck? Because, I mean, our kids here are spoiled. I don't know what you know
Yeah.
or anything, but these kids here are spoiled. Even the homeless people are spoiled here. Because being homeless in Mexico is really homeless.
It is
Real.
different.
Mhm.
It is
know?
different. My painter actually, he's in Mexico, and he did a toy drive, and we were able to donate some money to help with the toy drive in Mexico. And then my brother-in-law's mom, you know, she goes back and forth all the time, and she'll ask us, "Oh, do you guys have anything, you know, to take down there?" And I feel that, you know, there is a need, and like I was talking earlier, you know, helping our gente, doing something for those who are less fortunate.
Right,
You know, there's
right.
always room to give. You
Right,
can never
for
stop
sure.
giving. I know some people would be like, "Oh, don't, you know, give to this person or that person," you know. But my mom, one thing she always said from the gate was, "It doesn't matter what they do with it as long as you give it with a good heart. You know,
Right, right,
give it because you want to help them,
Right.
and what they do with it, they do with it.
Right.
You know, and I truly believe in that.
Right. Well, that's why I would like to do it from here and then go to L.A., do one in
That's what I was
L.A.,
gonna say.
then go to San Diego,
Yeah.
do one in San
Mhm.
Diego. But the only thing you'd have to talk to La Aduana because they'll take, you know.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and I don't feel it's not that I don't want them to have anything, but I'd rather give them too,
Yeah.
because the government over there, they don't get paid nothing.
Mm-mm.
So that's why they're always taking, because it's an advantage for me. But to sit there and say, you know what, well, check this out. I want to give it to your kids too. Like any of you guys that work here, work hard. This is like a bonus from us to you, but let us bring these other toys into the country. So to give away to the kids.
And if you have an abundance as you're going down from, if you're going to start from Northern California, you can technically go do farm workers too. They're a lot really affected right now, especially with
right.
everything going on with Trump.
No,
You
for
know,
sure.
So you can definitely probably, you know, make a way.
Give them machine guns. It's like, right? They don't even say,
Oh, man.
hey, we're gonna get flagged down here. You give
I
them
know,
a machine
right?
gun. Go to every farmer. Here you guys go, and a mask.
It's doable.
No, but I'm just
You
saying,
know?
you know, you,
Right,
you see the
right.
big rigs that have the lowrider trucks out,
Right,
you know,
right.
at like the Tavares shows. You could probably partner with someone else, fill
Yeah,
it up,
yeah,
and just
yeah.
keep on going down.
No, and that'd be something cool because they've done it before. Crazy George from Viejitos, he did it years ago.
Wow.
He did it in San Diego, and he grabbed all them toys. He took it right into. He dressed like Santa Claus. He went in there with, I think it was a truck. They filled up the old school truck and just rolled up in there, man. And I thought it was kind of cool, you know. But I'm actually going to be out there this weekend, and that's what I'm going to go do. Go talk to one of my boys out there that he's really hooked up with the federal and all them. See if there's any way we can. He says pay him, just pay them. But you know, I have to see what we have to pay them to cross toys and stuff like that. If not,
Yeah, I mean, you can always find a way. I took 3 trucks of car parts, you know, 3 different when I was getting my car done, and it went pretty seamlessly, you know. So I was surprised that we made it down there with all those parts and 3 cars, you know. So I think where there's
you
a
had it all
will, there's a
chromed
way.
and everything. Was that all right?
Yeah, I got my chrome done. They redid my quarter panel, all the brackets, everything.
Oh, you had your whole car done.
Yeah, because my car was actually in an accident.
Okay.
It was in an accident in 2019. The quarter panel got kind of smushed in and stuff. So I had actually decided to sell the car. And I had sold the car, and the same day I sold the car was the Boulevard Nights 25th anniversary. And, you know, my mom's a big part of why I low ride, you know, low riding with my mom and young. And my mom would always come to the garage and talk to us. You know, me and my sister would be out there, you know, messing with our cars or whatever. And so the same day I decided to sell the car because of the accident, I sold it to my brother. And my mom comes out and she's like, "Oh, what are you going to get now?" And, you know, I told my mom, I was conversating with my mom, and I'm like, "Oh, I want to get a 63 convertible," because my mom was born in 63. But we didn't get to finish the conversation because we were getting ready to go out for Boulevard Nights. And then my mom goes, "Oh, those are fucking ugly." And I'm like, "Oh my God, no, Mom, she crushed my dreams. She'll get a 59. But I couldn't afford, you could afford a 59. I can't afford one, but it was crazy.
I got 3 of them.
So I'll take one. I'm needy.
I got two hardtops in a
Nice.
wagon.
Yeah.
And my brother got the convertible.
We didn't get to finish the conversation, and my mom ended up on life support and passing away. So obviously, I didn't want another 63 again. And then I had kept looking and looking for another car, and nothing. Just I had money from the insurance. I sold the car to my brother. I had money. I was in Arizona at the Arizona show, and I just started crying. And I went back and I called my brother, and I was crying, and I had been telling him, sell me the car back, cruising with mom, the car, like, it means a lot to me, My brother was being a little asshole. He's like, no, I'm not selling it back. I'm going to fix it, all this stuff, and he ended up selling it back to me, and my sister had her 48 in line with our painter in Tijuana, and he had called a little while later, and he's like, your car's up, and my sister's like, you know what? My sister bought her car back. She wants to get it fixed, repainted. He's like, well, send me, the estimate for the insurance company. I had to buy all the parts. He's like, you have to bring everything down here. I took it all down there. He repainted it, got it color matched. He, fixed my car. I mean, you can't even tell. I mean, it wasn't that much damage, but, insurance companies. But anyways, I was just glad that it wasn't totaled out or salvaged or whatever. And, got my car redone and stuff, and took everything
He
down
did all the chrome for you. The interior,
they did the chrome. They did everything. He's actually just done the third car. My sister's 48 finally now got done, and re-chromed. Did the interior. My niece's 67 that my sister owns now. He painted it. He did the interior. Mine, he just painted it. He didn't do my interior.
Is it right there, right on the border? Or
yeah, he's right there in Baja. So when you cross Chula Vista, yeah, he's right there at Lozano Auto Works. He has a long wait list, but you know what? He's worth it.
Well, I have a 64 wagon deep in Tijuana.
Oh, do you?
That's what I'm going to go look at, too. I'm pulling it from there to get it, the upholstery done with another guy.
Well, then you can let go of a 59. Then I know.
Yeah, no, those I'm probably going to die with those cars. That was my favorite car. 59s and 62s.
Yeah.
Those are my dream cars. And I got 3 of each. I got 3 62s and 3 59s. Those are my, and I have
Where you
a
live
wagon.
again?
I know. Hey, you're not lying. He doesn't drive them, huh?
No, I don't. And that's where I'm at. I got to get one of my 59s going to a shop in 2 weeks. So I'm going to try to get it on the street. I've had it since I was 22.
There's a garage with 2 Impalas doesn't open for years.
I know. I got a 6.2 in there that's I've had since I was 16.
Wow.
It's all lifted front, back, set 3 wheels, does everything too. It just sits there. And I gave that to my firstborn, so it's his. So he keeps telling me, Dad, you going to get it out? I'm like, nope. I'm going to get it out when you learn how to fix your cars. Because he thrashes them, man.
That's why I'm working here. Maybe
One day he'll come with it.
Maybe he'll kick down a car, huh?
I'm already adopting.
Right. But yeah, that's cool, man. You have to take him out there. Yeah, it's a way better price. And, I mean, from interior to chrome to paint.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know, but those guys charge a little bit more expensive. That right there, they charge a little bit more.
Yeah, when you're closer to the border.
Yeah, because I don't mess with those guys.
And even now, it's getting a little bit more expensive. But the quality of work, we got a good rapport with Lozano. He's the gentleman that I was telling you that he's the president of Tijuana Majestics and did the toy drive out there. But over here sometimes, no offense to anybody, but I mean, you try to get your car painted, and it's a couple years later.
Well, I know somebody really good, and very reasonable here in San Jose. Yeah. And if you guys need a car painted, and he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he's straight about his he gets them out. Yep.
Can I get the number after?
Yeah, no, I'm serious. You can get a car, and a lot of people, there's guys out there that he paints a lot of these guys' cars, but they won't tell you who it is because they don't want to jam them up with work. But I always send work to him, and he's very thankful. Like, he's very grateful. I mean, like, thanks. But because he gets down, he does good work.
There's people who do beautiful work out here.
Right. It's just expensive, right?
Yeah, it does get pretty
expensive. But this guy's
and,
not expensive at all. I mean, he's very, 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 very reasonable. When I say I'm going to have 2 cars painted for him. Right. So that's, I usually
and he does everything, chrome, interior, paint.
No, just a paint, body. Get your body smooth, straight, clean. He'll take your car apart, put it back together. But the chrome, I mean, you have to get it done in Tijuana. There's a place out there that I've dealt with. I've been going to Tijuana for the past 30 years. because we own property in Rosarito. So I've been going back and forth. And I know a lot of car clubs. I did a show during 9/11. Oh, my God. It was the worst day of my life. They wouldn't let us go back into the States. So we got stuck.
Everything was shut down because of the
Yeah,
terrorists.
so we were out there. And so, but I met so many painters, chrome shops. I found cars, convertibles, a lot of convertibles. That's where I found a 59 convertible. My brother has it now. So, I mean, there's so many cars out there. But they take a lot of pride in their cars. When you talk about lowriding, they love to lowride. I mean, Tijuana is like a little miniature California. And that was like my second home. I was always over there, joining their events, going out there, checking out their work. And there's like hoods, like you go deep in the hoods. Socio's Car Club has a painter in the most dangerous neighborhood in Tijuana. They have an actual painter there. We went and filmed them one time. And man, he's on a cliff. He has all these Impalas. I mean, he does real nice work. I'm like, what's up with all these other cars? He goes, well, they don't want to send me money. He goes, they send me their cars. They sit here. They don't want to send me the money, so they're going to sit here.
Yeah, a lot of people are like scared about that. They're like, oh my God, you weren't scared to take your car to TJ. You what if you didn't get it back? This time I'm just like, that kind of mentality is,
Yeah, no, you'll get it back. They want money.
Yeah, just like the rest of us, they want to get paid for what they're doing.
The old cars, they can appreciate them, but they'd rather have a brand new car and money. I'll tell you that right now. They're into them, but they're not. There's certain people that are really into them, but there's certain people like, I just rather work, get my money, and they just rather have a brand new car. But but that's a good place. So you just got it back, or who's taking your sister?
I got my car done a few years ago. It's been now 5 years since I got my car back. 5 years? 4 years, 4.5. It's, since then I moved and just other stuff. And like I said, I was trying to do a lot of it myself. Right. I figured out that I'm good at taking things apart, but not. And I had my brother-in-law came and helped me. My boyfriend helped me, my cousins, my primos. So, and it was a lot of trial and error. I have never put a car together myself. Learning a lot of things. I mean, there's still some things when you look at my car, you'd be like, that ain't right. But, so it took me a while. And then my sister having 3 cars doesn't help because she's like, oh, well, you could just borrow one of mine. And then she got tired of it. And she was like, you need to get your car done already. So I was like, okay.
Your sister has 3 cars?
Yeah, she has 62. She has a 67 convertible. And she has her 48. Her 48, she's actually putting together right now, too. And I love it. Seeing my sister hands-on with her car, it just,
wow.
It really makes me smile, because sometimes
she's
my
married?
sister, yes, she has, her husband's helped her too along the way, but, my sister's been about this even before she was married.
What is he at?
He has a 65, I think, C10 or 66 C10.
Truck?
Truck. He has a 5-window, a 51, I think.
51, 52, something like that.
Yeah, that he just got. He mainly rides. He, a Harley guy. I think he's on his 3rd Harley now. But he got into the game too. My sister turned him on to it. And he loves it, and he's so supportive. He's like our go-to. When we need help and stuff, and we, because it's hard sometimes. To, like she was saying earlier, get your kids ready, get your car ready, get yourself ready. So my brother-in-law helps a lot. Or if we're on the side of the road, he'll bring his trailer. He'll come get us because, AAA don't always pick you up.
Right.
So, but he's very supportive.
We used it one too many times.
Yeah, right. And,
and when he needs the girls to push, we push.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they pushed him. They helped push his truck up on the ramp the other day because when they were in Watsonville, it broke down. Sorry, Martin. So
sorry, Martin.
The winch didn't work.
But we helped.
So it's not just because we're an all-women's car club doesn't mean that there's not men around. My brother's very supportive. He did one of our art drawings. They're our boyfriends, whoever's very supportive of what we do and understands that, hey, we're strong, independent, badass women, and this is our lifestyle. This is us.
So when you ride with us, you're riding right next to me.
Yeah,
I got the wheel.
It's funny because the other day I took my car out and I was with my man and my brother, and so I did some work on the car. We put some new stuff on there, and the gas pedal is really hard. So I was complaining about it, right? And then so I told my man, I said, come over here, honey. And we're driving down Bascom. And so he scoots over, and then he thought I was going to ask him like to do the gas pedal or something to see how it felt. And I put my arm around him. He got me. He was pissed off. Oh, man. I go, imagine if somebody would have caught that shit. It would have been over. It would have been a wrap.
You would have been like, I'm daddy today.
Know? Yeah.
That's all we need to see now.
They're so supportive, even though he always talks shit because he has hydraulics and, everything else, and I have airbags. But it's all fun banter and talking shit, and I still tell him, well, you know what, like, how many videos do you have of your car out there? But it's all fun. It's all just love for low riding.
That's it. Well, I got a 67 for sale if anybody is interested. I got a 67 SS.
She looks at me.
But it's all done. It's all done. The only thing, it's a blue color.
Nice.
Yeah.
You take a firm and like 57.
Do you take Afterpay?
Yeah, Afterpay.
I have a kidney for sale.
You can take it with you to Mexico and get a lot of money.
But it's a 4-speed SS.
Oh, okay.
So it's on, and it has patterns on top of it. But I bought a black vinyl top for it because I want to do black on black on black.
Yeah.
It's all black,
That's gangster right there.
So I have that for sale, and a 36 4-door for sale, and maybe a 39.
We get commission if it gets sold off of this podcast.
Yeah, maybe a 39.
I know.
I got 3 39s. I got to get rid of one of them. I just got too many cars. In reality, I need to get rid of at least 10. I'm thinking about it. But not my 59s.
I have RV parking at my house. I have a garage. Bring it on over.
Well, I have all my cars everywhere. I got a car in Sacramento. I got one in Idaho. I have I'm gonna have one in L.A. The 64 wagon I'm building it to keep in L.A.
Nice.
So I could just fly in, jump in my car, and because my brothers won't let me borrow their cars.
Nice. Do you really just work at Streetlow? What do you do during the day?
Well,
Hey, really? Are you adopting?
He goes back and forth to Mexico, so y'all tell me.
Right. We have a tunnel from here to there.
Help me out. I just want to buy in the Bay.
Right.
I want to be able to buy back here.
It's like you say. I've been into it all my life.
Yeah.
Since and everybody that came into my life, they get into it, but it's been part of my life. Yeah. All my life. Since I was a kid, cars have been my main thing. Since I was in high school, I had a mini truck, from a Volkswagen Bug, when I was a kid. I slammed it. We did everything we can to it. And then from there, I got a 64 for $100. And then the Regal for $200, and another Cutlass for $300.
When they were cheap, when they were recently priced. I got my 65 for $2,300, and then I'm like you. I love all cars.
Yes.
Ever since I was little,
I like
always
the smell
loved cars.
of them. When I get in,
oh man, I love the smell of gas and exhaust. Oh man, and the oil.
So I like the vinyl smell.
I like the different moods though. The different moods. Like when you want to peel out, you want a 71 Chevelle. You know what I mean? Like, like when you want to chill,
Yeah, but cruising. I've driven my car to school, high school, college, which I didn't do college too well. Did a year or so, but just cruising in it. Just having all my friends in it. I never had an SS. Every time I bought an SS, I'd get rid of it because I like the bench seat.
Yeah, I love the bench seat too.
Because I like to chill with the people and all that. I've owned 2 64 SSs and a 65 SS. The only thing is, when you drive, you can't. You're like hella far away.
Yeah, the bucket seats. Yeah.
But when you have that bench seat, I just love that bench seat. But that's been part of my life. And I've kept a lot of my cars. 62, I've had it. I paid $1,000 for it, with the 64 and a 65, all 3 for $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I kept my 62 until this day. I still got that car.
Yeah.
50 coupe. I bought it for $100. Still have it. Flipped it out. It's that one right there. Actually, there's a picture above you. I took.
I'm getting jealous.
Yeah.
I know. I'm all. So you bought it for $100. So if I give you $1,000, it's still a profit.
Yeah, profit. Yeah. It's a profit.
I'm all. It's still a profit.
The prices have definitely changed in car parts and everything. I mean, with inflation, everything else, but
car parts like crazy.
Even bike parts.
And then the repops, and everyone be like, "Don't get a repop because it doesn't fit the same." And now I learned the hard way. I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right." Trying to bend things and move things and use Dawn soap to make it work.
But there's some things. There's some things you have to buy because you just can't get it, and you want your car out. Just want to get it out, and I just started driving my truck, and I want to start buying little knickknacks aftermarket. I didn't care. I need to see back. I had no mirrors. I put my center mirror, the side mirror that had no mirrors to look back. I'm driving. I'm like doing this. After a while, you're like, fuck my neck.
Yeah,
But-
hell no. When I got my engraved mirrors and stuff out in all my engravings, I kept all the original stuff. They're like, oh, you don't want Nope, I'm keeping all my original stuff because you just never know, you know.
I know.
But yeah,
Well, anything else you want to talk to the world about?
I want to talk about maybe your bike club or anything going on over there.
Bike club.
Yeah,
you guys,
we have-
are you guys getting more bike people in your club, or
Um,
in that club? You guys are.
Here and there.
Yeah.
I feel like, just depending on, it's more, I feel like within us, to be completely honest, we do have, members that aren't, part of the Duenas car club and stuff, but, just, you grow older, girls have different topics and stuff. But, for so far, we have 6?
No, your 2 daughters.
My
we have
2.
10, I think 9.
Is it 10? Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
9, 10. Yes.
All the girls.
All little
All
girls.
girls.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and that ranges from, my niece is 3. So it ranges from 3 to about
12, 13.
12, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. 14. Yeah. No, Isabel's 14.
Oh,
right?
yeah. she just
So
turned
between
14.
All
3 to 14.
All you girls need now is a hopper,
I know.
a woman hopper,
I know.
to go up in there and just start battling.
Well, we need some money, so.
I know. And we're all, so that Regal that you sold for
Right.
$50
Right,
that you bought for $50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a different game hopping too, though,
Yeah.
and it's a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
And like I see with my man with his car, we went to the other's barbecue, and he thought he was cool hopping or whatever, and his, the cylinder popped out, or the power ball for the cylinders. Yeah.
Oh, the
So popped out and stuff, and then this is already a couple times, and then he
ball,
has
like
to,
a ball joint. The ball
yeah.
side.
Well, so the cylinders, have a power ball at the bottom that
Yeah,
sit
yeah,
in the
yeah.
cup link or the cup.
Right.
And then so he was 3-wheeling or hopping, and then it came out, and then he's like, shit, and and I go, and you want me to 3-wheel? See? I mean, and it is a totally different game. I'm not
Right,
gonna lie, I've thought about it. I love it. I've seen it,
What's your
but
boyfriend?
my boyfriend has
Who is that?
he has a 98 Lincoln, a silver one. He has a 22-inch high lockup. But anyway, so it is a totally different game, and I see all the money he puts into it, and always, almost every couple of weekends, you're hopping or you're 3-wheeling, and there's something going on, and I would love to be in that game, but
Right.
it
But
is a
the
lot.
girls
I'm
do
more
love
low
it.
and slow, chill. Let me cruise here, let me cruise there,
Right.
and
right.
I always talk shit and call his car basic traffic with rims, because it's a newer car. We mess around though, because he'll
Right,
talk
right.
shit about.
Right.
He's helped me work on the 65. He's all, it's a piece of shit. I'm all, you talking about my car? I'm gonna whoop you. No, but, so it's just, that's just me. That's what I love. But I mean, maybe someday we'll see.
Dealership cars.
A dealership car. But I'm not the type to just. We're not just let's get in and ride. We like to know about our cars, and being women in this game can be hard.
Right.
Men, I kind of broke down, took my car to a shop that I thought was gonna, finish my car with the moldings and stuff like that and do a good job. I trusted him. I warned him. I said, this is my baby. This isn't just any car. This car is my heart and soul. My mom. I have a mural of my mom on the back of it. Like, this is a dedication to my mom. Don't mess with my car. So he's like, oh yeah, this, that, that. He didn't finish things that he was supposed to finish by the time it was supposed to be finished. I still paid him. Try to keep some of my parts. Had I been a man, it would have been a different outcome. But I'm a woman, and then I see him doing good work on other people's cars, and it makes me kind of feel like, did you do that to me because I'm a woman? And I've ran into this before and stuff, and I just think that like, your word is supposed to be bond. You know what I mean? Like, you should, if you're a shop or you're a painter or you're doing what have you, we have a friend who's gotten her her motor, she's gotten effed over a couple of times. She went and got another car now, but it's like, she spent a lot of money. We work just as hard as the next person for the money.
Right.
Just because we're a woman, and maybe we don't know everything about our car or whatever you're fixing, and it's not obviously for a reason,
Right.
I don't feel we should be treated any different, whether we're taking our car to your shop, whether we're supporting your event, whether we're just out there cruising or you see us on the road. We're always, all the time, I'm like, if I see somebody on the side of the road, I'm like, oh, should I stop and help? We should treat each other equally,
Right.
because that's what we should be about. That's
Right,
what the beauty of our cultura, not just about low riding, the beautiful cars. It's about the unity and
Respect.
respecting one another, one another,
I think you just had a bad apple.
Yeah, I ran into it a couple other times.
I
but
think
yeah,
I think he was just a bad apple.
so,
Cause
and then I see him doing other work out there and stuff, and I'm just like, but it's all good. Shit happens, and my car's still on the road, and I ended up, fixing stuff myself, and it is what it is.
wow.
You live and you learn.
Well, let's not put his name up.
Yeah.
Let's not give him no information.
Let me give the address.
Link in the description.
Give the description.
I'm on his at is.
I know.
Right on.
But it's at the end of the day. Again, you're here because this is what you love. This is your lifestyle.
Yeah.
We're here because this is what we love. This is our lifestyle.
And our kids will be still too.
Exactly.
Well, that's
Because I will say, those little girls, man, they love it.
right on.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
do. They love
Next
it.
generation. That's what I'm saying. I'm more than sure that you guys inspire a lot of girls. Because you guys get together. You guys look strong. And every time I see you guys, every year, I hear you girls' names all the time. And like I said, that's a good thing because it just, I think, even guys, when the guys have their clubs, it inspires other guys. They want to get in that club. That's why I was like wondering if they're probably hitting you up going, oh man, I want to be a Dueña too. I want to be in the Dueñas too.
Yeah, and we just get a lot of young girls and women, especially when we were televised and a lot of people learned about us and, our stories and our club and just thinking, just being a woman thinking that you can't have a lowrider or you can't do this or you can't do that. It's like, that's bullshit because now you have women CEOs, women, we've come a long way. And I think that now people respect us a lot more and see that we're doing this on our own, not just, when it comes to low riding. I think anything you want to do in this world, whether you're man or woman, shit, you can do it, whether you're brown, white, whatever color you are. And I think that that's what we need more of is people who uplift one another and are like, you can do this.
Right.
Instead of saying, oh, I'm not going to share this or that with you. Shout out to Killer Shark because he was helping me on some merch that I haven't been out to. And he, gave me the lowdown and stuff. And a lot of people don't do that.
Right,
a lot of people want to be gatekeepers and hide, resources or networking and this, that. Why?
No.
There's enough money there for everybody.
Right.
Or even with shows, competitions, this, that, car clubs, whatever. Like, we're all here for the same reasons. There's no need to hate on people.
Right.
When people think, like you said, when we're out there, we're out there. Some people are like, oh, they're mean, or they say I'm mean because I'm outspoken or whatever. But, if you get to know me, I'm a sweetheart.
Right.
Hey, wink. No,
We all just have that face. It's the sun that's in our eyes.
It's just the shades we're wearing.
It's the sun.
But I love this, our lifestyle. I love the community. I love what Duenas represents, and I love where low riding is out right now because everyone's like, oh, about low riding. It's really changed. Back in the days, it was more, they thought it was gangbangers, gangsters, all this stuff. I was on a radio show, and they called in and said, oh, do you have to be in a gang to have a car? And we're like, what the hell? We were laughing. We didn't, know if they were serious or not. But I like that low riding now is worldwide respected for our beautiful culture, our cars, all the events. People are like, oh yeah, you guys have events now. People have been doing, like you mentioned, Toys for Tots. That's old school. I remember other car clubs, growing up, driving here, driving there, doing events, doing Toys for Tots, having the Marines out there getting the toys and stuff, so we've been doing things for our communities. Yeah, there's a lot more events. Like you were saying earlier, man, there's all these events and stuff. Yeah. It's a lot more. We have a lot more people who are involved, a lot more people who love low riding. And I think that where we're at right now, it's beautiful to see where we're at right now and low riding and the respect that we get. Everyone.
I just think it needs, people need to take it more don't take it too like competition. It ain't competition. Yeah. It's more, and people think we're in the competition. I'm not. I'm in competition with myself. Every year I want to do something different and something bigger or something to outdo myself. And I think everybody should be that way. I think people think that because we don't get invited to a lot of things neither. Believe me. And I think a lot of other events and people take it to heart. They'll sit there and like, oh my God, they didn't come to our show, or they didn't do this, or they didn't call me, or I didn't call. I mean, I'm a very, very busy person, just as well as you guys are very, very busy.
I know. I was texting and calling you, and I was like, I'm gonna pull up. No, I'm just kidding. No, for the show, I'm just kidding.
Right.
But, no, you're right. There's too much competition and not enough just sharing.
No, and it's not that, and they're not doing it for the right reason. If you're doing it because you're trying to get at somebody or trying to ruin somebody else, then you're in the wrong business. Yep. And there's a lot of promoters like that. They'll do it just to jump on somebody else. And I could say names, but I don't want to say any names because they don't bother. It doesn't really bother me. But if they do that, and I sit down and go, are you guys really that dumb to actually do something that you're making yourselves look bad by doing that? Or, you know, it's better just to just get along with everybody, go out and do your thing. And if you're going to do it from the heart.
Yeah.
If you're doing an event, if you guys do an event, do it from the heart. You're not doing it because, I'm going to show them this. Yeah. I'm going to show them that. I mean, I know you guys did it to show the guys something, but I'm just saying.
Mainly to also not just do that, but it was more to, bring my vision and the culture and the love that I share with my family to life. Right. Yeah, somebody, lit the match under my ass, about it and stuff. And my brother was like, don't let them bring you down. Use that negativity and stuff to fuel, what's in you. And that's, being an empowered woman, independent woman, a strong woman. It's not just about, hating on men or showing men or whatever. It's about, fucking I could do the same thing y'all can do. Right. When you talk about promoters and this and that, it may not be in their ice competition. It may be where, hey, I could do the same thing he could do. I could do the same thing someone else can do. Hey, I have a 65. It's beautiful. It may not be an all show car and the next man or woman may have it, but you know what? I know that maybe someday my car is going to have, a chrome undercarriage, this, that, I'm going to have to rub a bake or something, but you know what I mean? I think sometimes it isn't about the competition. Sometimes it's about, seeing somebody do it and thinking, you know what? Psh, I can do that too. Why not? And sometimes we want to hate on the next person or this and that because maybe they're doing something that you feel that you could do, but you're not doing it for whatever reason, or you just want to hate on someone who shines, and that's the problem. Right. Like I said earlier, there's enough money for everyone, whether you're selling merch, promoting. There's enough to give back to the community, enough events. There's enough there for everybody, but that's the problem. People want to be like, oh, no, I want it all for me. That's selfish. That's not what we should be about. That's not what, growing up in our culture and being unity and giving and helping our gente and those less fortunate and this and that. That's not what it's about. My grandparents were immigrants who came here, got their citizenship, used to work in the fields and this and that. And they want to talk bad about the immigrants. Well, look at me. Right. I'm a granddaughter of an immigrant. Right. I'm a homeowner. I have a good career. You know what? So what I say to people who want to talk shit right now about immigrants and this and that, you know what? You don't know nothing about us, because if you knew our gente, you'd know what we're really about. And the same thing is for our culture, for lowriding. If you knew all the money that goes into these cars, all the endless hours, all the cars that you have, he has all these cars. They don't know what struggles you went through to get, or like she's talking, getting my daughters ready, getting myself ready, being a single mom, this and that. People don't know the struggle. Right. We're too quick to, put the next person down. You know what? Why not uplift them? Right. Why not help one another instead of saying, well, you can't do this, or they're doing this, and talk shit. Right.
Well, there's a lot of competition, and thanks to Instagram, there's a lot more competition. Yeah.
But it's not competition.
But it is on some other people's eyes.
Well, yeah, some people.
But I'm gonna tell you, and this is just a fact. A car isn't to be built. A car is to be enjoyed and to leave memories behind. Because every car I jumped into, and I've rolled and driven. That's why I don't care for turntable cars. I love them. I respect them, but I don't care for them. Not for myself. I'd rather get in my car, drive it, go have a picnic, go camping in it, go do something that's going to break down halfway and have a laugh and drill it right back. Because it's happened to me lots of times. I used to drive a 62, 64 wagons back and forth to L.A. Yeah. And we used to break down in the middle of nowhere. We go to sleep in the wagon. The next morning we get up, I'm like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? And I could say this: my cousin was with us. He rebuilt our carburetor on a bench. We just went into town. This was like in Chowchilla. Went all the way into town to a Napa, bought a rebuild kit, came back. He rebuilt it, put it on. Boom, we were on our way. But I mean, just doing things like that. I mean, I broken down in my 50 going up a hill. Just broke down. I'm going shoot. I drove it on second gear all the way up. Those to me are memories. You can build a car because you want to compete against somebody. But it isn't about competition. It's about memories.
But I think that's where you find the different people that you actually connect with. Like she was mentioning, everything that we do for a purpose. just our barbecue. It was, a lot of moms that were probably there. They didn't know about shine.org, and they got resources from them. They got help, just depending on who was going. Different people are going to support you different ways. In Watsonville, when, we broke down, there were so many people. Hey, you guys okay? You guys okay? Like, you need a trailer. Here's this guy, this guy, this guy. And that's where, the support is. That's literally lowriding.
Well, no, lowriding's always been like that. Everybody will always help each other.
But I think when you talk about competition too, I mean, yeah, some cars, go for the competition to get awards and this and that. But I mean, at the end of the day, my car's my trophy.
Right.
What people may not like about it today, I mean, I might like about it tomorrow in somebody else's car or what have you. I mean, I'm always looking at people's cars and like, oh man, this is beautiful. Like her car, a lot of people hate on her rims, but to me, that's the old school 70s lowrider look. I love her car.
Well,
everyone's gonna have their different tastes and say whatever, but I mean, I just let it roll off and I just keep doing my thing. When you said, like somebody had mentioned, talking about a TV dinner car and this and that because somebody got their car already done, but so what? How do you know that person just doesn't want to get in and drive and have the money to pay the car already done?
Right.
I'm not gonna lie
to them.
If my
more
if
props
my car
to them.
didn't have that sentimental value with my mama, I would have just bought another car. If I could have found something else that spoke to me, for that time, I would have just bought it already done. Because it's hot in the valley being in the garage trying to fix your own shit and messing things up. But sometimes you don't have the money to just go buy the car. You have to build it on your own, or maybe it's your passion. Really building something from ground up. Either way, everyone has their own reason for doing what they do.
Right.
At the end of the day, we have to remember that we're a community that a lot of people watch, and we're setting examples.
But sometimes we're a bunch of crabs.
I know. Sometimes we're a bunch of assholes, but I mean,
that's how it is. We're trying to pull each other down from shining, and that's again, it goes from the competition thing. But that's our problem. Our culture, we're so proud. We have so much pride that we can't see. Like, I got to be on top. Like, no, I got to be on top. That's where competition comes in. But at the end of the day, I still continue to say, you make memories in your car, whether you buy it done or you don't. That's something you love. You're gonna enjoy it, and you become it. It becomes you. But some people don't. People buy them, and it's a hobby, because they'll park it and they drive around in a Ferrari, go play golf with his friends. Oh, there's gonna be this huge show. Everybody's gonna be there. I'm taking them out. I'm taking my car out. They won't support every other event, but they're only gonna take them out to the big events. Those I call hobbyists. I don't care what you guys call yourselves. I call them hobbyists. And I've been calling them that since I started lowriding, because I never see them anywhere but at a big show. To me, that's sickening to me, because I don't see them supporting, like, gatherings or clubs or going to fundraisers. I don't see them do any of that, but they want to call themselves, we're the lowrider of the year. No, you're not. Not to me. I didn't see you anywhere.
Well, maybe their car is the lowrider of the year, depending on how they built it and how it looks. But
I mean, no.
But everybody,
it's a showcase. To me, it's a showpiece.
Yeah,
it's a
that
showpiece.
could be their hobby. This lifestyle isn't for everyone, or what have you. Or how do we know they weren't at every show for the past 10 years and now they want to chill? I think it's just
but you see those are respect.
I only worry about me and what I'm doing.
For sure.
Like us beating everybody else to get our spot at the show. Last year she had a beer chug competition for our spot.
Wow.
And we won. So the others,
I didn't offer, but hey, I got appointed.
So you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, it's
you guys have to do that next year again, or what?
I asked them at your show. I was like, do we got a beer chug again? They're like, no, we lost. I was like, all right.
What we need to bring back is we used to have the tug of war.
Yeah. Oh, that used to be real
We used
popular.
to have that. We used to have
Especially
that.
at all the barbecues and stuff. I remember that. I think Impalas used to do it like every year with their barbecues.
We used to do that at Salinas, at the car show. Every year in Salinas, we used to have that. We used to give it like $400 or $500 whoever would win.
Shit.
And then, man, everybody just...
Honestly,
they're calling their moms, their dads.
They're gonna be mad when we win.
They're
gonna be mad when we win.
Well, we got a little bit of money.
Nah, but but that's what's cool. But like I said, it's always about making memories. And that's always been my thing. I could talk about cars all day long, and you could talk about cars all day long, and what you did with your mom and her taking you out. And those are memories that we live with, and that's what makes us different, I think, than people that just sometimes get into it and they feel like, oh, it's not for me. this car breaks down a lot. I'm going to sell it. I'm out.
I say that all the time.
Right. right.
But
Right.
yeah,
Oh, man.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But, well, like I said, I was glad that you guys came out.
Oh,
And
thank
talk
you
to
for
me,
having us.
you
Thank
know.
you for having
I
us.
was hitting somebody up. I was-
Me, probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was hitting you guys
They
up.
make me do all the work. I get paid pennies on the dollar.
Oh, well, that's cool. Like
but
I
I
said to
love it.
myself, I had to have you girls here because,
Thank you.
you know, you guys great supporters of us and, you know, of the streets as well. And what you guys do for the community is off the hook. And
you.
I would love to see more girl car clubs out there.
Yeah.
If not your
Mhm.
club grow a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love seeing all the ladies with their cars, and like you were saying on the boulevard, now you look and you're like, damn, look at all these badass cars that these chicks have, you know?
I'm just the sight I need to see is that girl with her dude and him holding some flowers.
I'm gonna try to pay my man.
Or a
He'll be
teddy,
like,
or
"Yeah,
him,
oh, no."
him holding some flowers or a teddy bear as you're rolling.
That's gonna go
Hey,
viral.
good luck finding that. We're gonna have to pay like a homeless person down the street to do it. Nobody's
Or a
gonna
girl
find it.
with her car and a bunch of guys half naked jumping
Oh,
on
that-
top.
Chippendales. Where's the Chippendales?
No, literally.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what.
Once I
that's
start
what
seeing
we
that, I'll be
need.
like, okay.
She's got to be like 3-wheeling or something, though.
I know. I said it. You guys. I didn't see the bikini contest or anything like that. That's old school. What about the? Remember
Hard
they used to have
body.
the hard body ones.
Yeah, you know, I
we'll
kind of
bring
want.
that back.
I want to bring that back. And Dave, you know what? You know, in the beginning when we started doing shows, I don't know if you noticed, but we couldn't use the word lowrider. So we used to use Streetlow Custom Classic Car Show. We never used the word lowrider.
Yeah.
Till we were able to like, okay, because we used to get charged all kinds of crazy money just for the shows.
Yeah.
In the fairgrounds, I think it was like $25K I paid for police department or sheriffs. It was insane. But even if I made about $2,000-$3,000, or even sometimes I broke even, I didn't care. I just wanted to keep going. Los Angeles, I would lose money every year, and I kept going. People didn't know, but I would lose money. It looked big, but you lose money because you're paying out so much that people don't understand. Sheriffs, cops, security, ground, stage, sound, radio station, promotion. You get in there and you're like
a big thing.
80, 90 grand into it, but people don't know that. You're only making, you're spending 80 and you're making 82. You know, you're like, fuck, okay. But to me, it's not about beating somebody else. It's me, what I'm trying to do is I want to continue to make history and make memories. Like we had Los Tucanes. Who's had those
Oh
Tucanes?
yeah, I know.
You
That was
know,
dope.
we had Ramon Ayala.
Yeah.
We've had, War. We've had, and Lowrider Magazine used to do that back in the days when they were affordable, because now these guys are just insanely.
Yeah.
That was us in the beginning. E40, Magic. They were a lot cheaper. Now they're like crazy expensive. But that's my thing. Is I want to make memories. I want to continue to make memories for everybody and continue, and make them every year. Not have a wall put in front of me. That's why I'm very, very, very particular with the getting dates, having the right politicians or licenses to come into an event, and make sure we continue to do it every year.
Yeah, and that's what's hard. People don't see the other side of it. With like I said, we try to have 2 events, and the city came down on us and wanted all this other stuff, and it's like, we're already doing a free barbecue with great food, something for the kids. We're spending, $6,000-$7,000,
Right.
and then having to pay for permits and everything else. People don't see the other side of it,
Right.
And we didn't mind shelling out the money because we wanted to give thanks and show people that we appreciate their support.
Right.
We appreciate them, being there since day one,
Right.
and we just wanted to give back and say, hey, we're still here. And I hope that we can continue to do, great things.
Right.
Everyone ate.
Right on. Right. Well, so what is the problem with it? What do they want?
So they said if it was a public event, then we needed to get more permits. We always anyways get event insurance,
Right.
but they wanted us to get more permits, and because we did it at the big one at Lake Cunningham.
Right.
So they want us, because it's a public event, when you put the location out there, they want
Right.
you to get additional permits. And so the additional permits were pretty expensive, and filing everything and taking care of everything. It's like, we're living our life, and we're also trying to, do things, and they want us to come down to the city or fill out forms and pay more money. And at the end of the day, I felt like it was more about money.
Right.
With the city, and I hear other clubs too complaining about the same thing, not being able to put the location because they're saying it's it's a public, which in actuality it is a public event, it's intended for our community, but sometimes when other people outside of our community come, things happen or what have you. The city wants to get their money, they want to get paid. But if it's an anniversary barbecue or a club barbecue or something like that, I mean,
Right.
why do we got to pay the extra couple of $1,000s for the permits? I don't get that. We're not charging to come in. We're not charging for plates. We're not charging to drink. We're not charging, to get your face painted. Everything is free.
And they
It's
get paid.
free.
And they get paid for their parking.
Yeah, and then they make their money on the parking, So it's as long as it's a peaceful event, which we've never had any problems at any of our events. Even when we did it with the earthquakes, we had a big turnout for the backpack drive too, and
when we went to the
never
brewery.
had any problems. We always shell out. We didn't even charge when we did the show and shine. We didn't charge. We just said, hey, bring something in for the kids, something, some type of item for back to school. I don't care if it was from the dollar store and that's all you brought. You got in. You got to enjoy everything that was free here. We had Chewy Gomez. We had free food, barbecue. We spent a lot of money on it. We didn't care because at the end of the day, we're not here to make money. We're here to give back to our community any way we can, even if we got to shell out a little bit of money to do so.
Wondering if, I know I tried to get that place a long time ago, and because we had done one, because when we were doing our car shows, we'd do a all chapter picnic. Right after our car show, we'd do it. And I think one year we told them, they said, well, you can't have an annual or anything like that. Well, it's a company picnic. Well, you can have a company picnic.
Yeah.
So you should go in as a company picnic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they'll let you have
or
it.
Or even a nonprofit.
Nonprofit, yeah.
But, those things cost money, though, being a nonprofit or, having the entities. And
well, no, but you could probably go through a nonprofit and have them come out and then just.
We, Shine Together is a nonprofit, so we both benefit, on stuff like that. We give to the kids and, the young moms, and then they help us with our location, so we work hand in hand because, you can't do everything yourself sometimes.
Right. Right.
Right. And it is hard. It is hard. It seems like it's harder now with doing events. You have so many people not wanting to have a lowrider event or making you do this and making you do that. And I get it. At the end of the day, sometimes it's about safety. But then you see other successful events happening and this and that. And you're like, well, see, we just want to do the same thing.
It's about money. At the end of the day, they want to get paid. And then they see the bigger crowd, more money. It just happens. I mean, it happens anywhere, everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. I mean, I know everybody else, has the same issue and stuff, but, hopefully we can at least keep doing what everybody's doing in the community and supporting one another.
I'm working on something too. Hopefully I can get what I can get. It's a spot, and I want to share it with all of you guys. With a lot of car clubs here in San Jose, to do little events, and it's not going to cost anything. And I'm trying to get them to okay it. I just been trying to sit down with them again because they're agreeing to lend the land for the community. And you guys are the community.
That's something we've thought about so many times. Right. All we need is just the area.
Yep.
We can do everything else. We can do security. We can, we'll pay for everything else, take care of everything else. Just let us have our space.
Yeah. So I'm working on it right now. Hopefully it happens. Like I even told the guys, hop cars and all that stuff. It's going to be a place where we could get together and gather around. And the person that's running it right now, they agree because they're around from the community, but they agree because they like lowriders. They're like, man, what can I do to help? And I said, well, let me that piece of land right there. You got a big old piece. So they're kind of agreeing and putting like a bunch of taco trucks out there. And like, if we need to pay for anything, I'll get all these taco trucks and have them pay you guys. Whether it's $200 a taco truck, whatever, just to get taco trucks in there, and then just give it to the lowriders. Let us have a spot to come and chill and do our thing. They're like, oh no, it sounds great. So this started happening in January, but I'm gonna try to get with her as soon as possible and try to figure something out. And I'll let you guys know.
That'll be awesome.
I'll let you guys know, and you guys can do something there.
Especially for the community events where I know somebody had mentioned before doing a toy drive with a bunch of us all together, instead of doing one here when there are multiple ones on the same day, and we'll spread out or we'll Venmo or Zelle some money. Hey, we can't make it, but here's some money to support. So that thought of maybe doing one big toy drive, I think is amazing. Right. And everybody coming together and being united to make that happen, I think is a good idea too. And that would be a great
yeah.
start.
No,
you know?
definitely. Why is it echoing? It's echoing.
Not sure.
No. Well, toward the end it started echoing.
Oh yeah, I hear
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Echo.
No. No, I was hearing it and I was like, wait a minute. I heard the echoing. You didn't hear it? All right. Well, anyways, thank you girls for coming.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank
It
you.
was a pleasure having you girls here and talking about your guys' club and the future of Duenas. And hopefully to see you guys keep growing and see you at our shows. But I'll get with you on that piece of property that we could probably do something.
Sounds great. All
Right.
right.
You hear that?
Thank you.
Now you hear it?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Thank you girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Streetlow.